Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time since I posted a YouTube video. Here I am on my floor, I'm excited, we're ready to roll. So this is just a quick update on my experience here and obviously the first semester at the University of Amsterdam. The semester is divided into different set of periods and each period you either have 1 to 2 courses. So the first period was Mathematics 1 and Principles of Economics and Business 1. I must say I want to give a very realistic update. It did not go well for me. At the very beginning, math, I did not know it was gonna be this difficult. The main reason why I was struggling is because I did math AI in the IB. Everyone else who did AA was really relaxed. They're like, oh, this is super easy. But I was struggling. I didn't know what was going on. Right away, we're covering topics from math AA, which was already more advanced than AI. Then it just takes a whole different approach where it's like, okay, this is uni level at this point. So it really escalated like this. Looking back at it now, so it's been 4 months since then, I realized, okay, that math stuff was actually not that bad. It just took me a lot of time to motivate myself because I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna make it through this year if it's gonna be this difficult. All of this to say that my first midterms did not go well. That very first midterm and the final for maths was just me learning it. Like, I didn't really study for the exams, or I thought I did, but now I clearly see that I was just learning all that material. What's done is done, and it's actually not that bad. Math is one of those things where it's easy to study for in a way because all you have to do is just practice, practice, practice. And obviously the beginning is the hardest part because that's when you're really new to it and you're trying to push yourself to understand and it seems so complicated, but as soon as you get it, it truly flows. There is hope. So period 1 passed like that. It's okay, we're living through it. Like, sometimes in life you have to make some sacrifices. As for period 2, so far, worst period of all time. This was right before the Christmas break. I had 2 courses, financial accounting and microeconomics. And this combo, oh my days. Because I think uni is mostly self-taught, where it's like you can go to the lectures, but if they really don't help you and the professor doesn't really teach it the way that you would learn best, then there's no real point in going. So it's best to know what works with you. Having said that, accounting was actually fun to study for. Thankfully, the university has different platforms or websites that it can guide you to in order to study and prepare for the exams, like specifically. And so for maths, we used this website called Graspel, and it gave you tasks and things to do, and it was very engaging. So in a way, you're really just having fun and you see the little green ticks whenever you get it right. Like, it's just really motivating you to continue studying for it because somehow you feel accomplished, and if it's red, you're like, ooh, I better get it green. And for accounting, it was the same type of thing where we had this website called Sowieso. You have exam style questions and it's almost like a game where it's like you get points, and I don't know, it's just a really nice way for me to learn, at least, because I'm more excited to do it. If you prefer working off the textbook and that's the best way you can learn, then there's nothing else I can say about it. All I wanted to say is that there are many different methods and opportunities that the university gives you when it comes to learning and preparing for the lectures and the tutorials. Now, this time around, I did study differently. First went through just the lectures and the presentation slides. Then, like I said, I used the websites. All of them kind of help you because they're all just basically exam style questions. They're all very similar. The more you practice it, the better it is. Also, almost all of my finals so far were multiple choice questions. Either you can directly spot the right answer or you really get tripped up. Also, for micro, we had 6 possible answers and all of them looked alike, so it was really confusing. But like I said, what's really good is that there are so many websites. The majority of the people that I know, if not all of them, use Student Wiki, which is a separate website, but they have literally everything when it comes to past papers, when it comes to lecture notes, summaries, everything. So it's really great. Can actually be very helpful, especially when you're towards the end and you just want a summary of everything instead of going through the book. So I definitely took the studying part more seriously, and so far I've had 2 resits. I really don't know how I feel about this year. A roller coaster is just going up and down because at the very beginning of a new course, I'm motivated. I'm like, yes, I want to learn. That first week, I realized, ooh, okay, this might not be that easy, but I'm still gonna give it a shot. Towards the end of the month, am I gonna pass? realistically, am I gonna pass this? I'm generally a very ambitious person, so I still want to get through this year. I want to give it my all. This month we only have one course, so this is period 3. It's Principles of Economics and Business 2. I'm really hopeful about this one. I just hope it's gonna go well. I think it's still a sign if you're trying and it doesn't work. Either you're just not putting enough effort into it, or it's just that this program is really not a good fit for you. Again, not impossible, not the end of the world, definitely doable, and I do enjoy this program and I do like being challenged as well. It's just that I wanted to show for my grades, like I finally want a little bit of success, you know? Like I said, I'm still very hopeful that it'll go well, and if not, then it really wasn't meant to be. This year I have 10 courses in total and you can only fail 2. Let's see how the second semester goes first. Right now I'm in this phase where nothing is certain and I feel like I'm still trying to figure out whether this program is actually for me. There's a lot of different things that I'm thinking about. I am happy where I am and I am happy with the way things are going right now when it comes to, you know, my learning ability, because it truly has changed. I mean, the way I found out how I learn best and the fact that now I know exactly how I can study for an exam, like these are things that I wouldn't have known. It definitely changes you as a person and you become more independent when it comes to your own learning even. So yeah, that's all I can say about the first semester. When it comes to living here financially, Amsterdam is quite an expensive city, especially if you're a person who likes to go out. Now, technically per month, 700 to 1,000, like that's, you've hit the sweet spot. You can still live comfortably with that. You can definitely get by. I'm not counting your rent or the uni. Obviously, the more money you have, the more flexible you can be when it comes to how often you go out or how often you eat out. But honestly, you don't even need that much money when it comes to things, because transport, I mean, unless you use a bike, then it's for free, but there are different subscriptions, and obviously if you're a student here, you might get discounts, and so there are nice benefits to being a student here. For me, dealing with my own money, it wasn't that responsible the first few months, I want to say. Now I know how to spend my money. The first month was really off because you were going out a lot and there was entry week, which I will talk about later. Like it was just an extreme case because it's the first month, etc. And then the second month I wanted to see, okay, realistically, if I do live comfortably, like how much money am I spending? So then I just did that and I realized, okay, maybe I am too comfortable. That third month I really started budgeting and seeing, okay, I want to start saving money every month. At the very beginning, you could go for more than 200 euros. And so as time went by, I really started to spend less money on things that I really didn't need. So whether that is Uber rides or eating out too many times, like you can really cut down on things. So that's what I did, and now I really aim for between 100 and 200 euros a week. Doing that, I save a good amount of money. I mostly eat at home. At the end of the day, that's the aim, so at least I'm around there somewhere. When it comes to finding a place, I did it through UvA Housing. The university will do this lottery system. If you get picked, then you get a randomly picked student housing. I live at the social hub in the west, which is really nice. Like it's a cute little room. I share a kitchen with 10 people though. At least I don't share a bathroom or a room, which was really what I was worried about. Right now I am actually currently looking for a studio or an apartment. I didn't know there was a housing crisis when I first moved here, or even before. And when I moved, I was so surprised. Like I realized I was very lucky with this because I wouldn't have known. Yeah, it's very chaotic when it comes to housing here. Next year, my main goal is to live somewhere close to the university. My campus is kind of at the center of the city, so I definitely want somewhere, you know, city center, close to the train station, close to the nice places. Like hopefully the pipe. The pipe is really nice. Yeah, it can get a little bit expensive when it comes to the rent. I pay 1,000 here. There are places in Amsterdam where you pay like maybe 700, 600, 800, depending on how far out of the city you are. In general, I think most of the people that I've met here also pay somewhere around 1,000. Socially, it's amazing here. Before uni started, that last week of August, the students organized this event called Entry Week, where you're just introduced to everything, introduced to everyone. Everyone is put into different groups. I barely spent time at home. I only came here to sleep, and even that was like for a few hours. I was sleep deprived, dehydrated. I thought before moving here I was not gonna be able to meet anyone that I liked, anyone that I can really connect with and be friends with. When I got here and entry week began, everyone is so social. Everyone is just really on the same boat. Like everyone is trying to figure out like how it goes. At the very beginning, I remember everyone was just reluctant to speak and quiet, and then as you talk to people, and it's always the same speech. It's like, hi, my name is Selin, da 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 da. Kept repeating it. I come from this. Where do you come from? It was so tiring, and yes, I did not remember anybody's name. Thank God there's Instagram and social media, because then you can just go up to them and be like, hey, what was your Instagram again? And see quickly like what their name is. I remembered either like where they came from, what they study, or a random fact about themselves. That helped. It was such a strange experience, and I don't think anything will ever beat like that first week, because it was so exciting, a little bit scary, but like very relaxed. Everyone is just there to meet people, to have fun. So definitely go to it, and it was so much fun. You had different activities during the day and just discovering the city, different places, and then at night, yeah, you just went to bars, and it was just such a nice experience. Socially really puts you out there, so then you really start gaining more and more confidence with people, and you are more open-minded when it comes to meeting new people. And still talking about the social aspect, now during the lectures, obviously everyone is invited. It's not like you can meet anybody like in particular, because there are just so many people. Also, not everyone joins the lectures. I feel like that's why you have the tutorial groups, where it's a more concentrated class. It can vary, like it can be up to 40 people or 30. Everyone is all joined together. We had a class called Skills and Connect. We were really forced to talk to one another. It wasn't just like, oh, you go to class and you just sit there and nobody has to talk. Like Skills and Connect pushed us to talk to each other. It's just really nice to either go to the lectures, or when you're going to the library, like see people, see faces that you're familiar with. Even if you're not close to them, even if you don't know their names, you still feel at ease because you saw them so many times. Your brain kind of memorized who they are. And even if they're not someone you talk to on the regular, like, it's really nice to go to the library and just hang out and see other people, and you take breaks. It's easy to make friends. Like if you really wanted to, whether it's joining different clubs or committees, even here, like student housing, Amsterdam is a great city because there's something for everyone. Like everyone has their own hobbies usually. So if you're into sports, there are so many activities that you can take on here. That's what's really nice about it, is that so many ways in which you can do different things and meet people. And obviously the university has their own event. There's also a association, I think, called SEFA. If you become like a SEFA member, then you can partake in social events that they make and also organize them. And there's just many things that you can do. So first year is really just learn how you learn when it comes to self-studying and make friends. Speaking of the nightlife here, first of all, like everything ends so early here, and I don't really understand why. I don't know about nightclubs specifically. Like usually it would end at 4, but there's no place other than McDonald's that's open, and like maybe some shops. Almost all the places when it comes to restaurants and even some of the fast food places just close at 10 or maybe 12. You know, whether it's a bar, it's obviously more fun when you go with people that you enjoy hanging out with. I remember when my 2 friends from Germany came, we went to opium night. I didn't know what opium even is. It was an experience by itself as a whole, but it was so funny. No one in my friend group actually listens to opium music. We were definitely like, okay, how do you dance to this? Like, what do you do? But I definitely like enjoyed that night unexpectedly. So that's what I mean. Like there are so many different events for so many different people, and even if you go to an event that is not necessarily exciting for you, or say you go and you realize like, why is it so empty? And these things happen even in a city like Amsterdam where the nightlife is known to be active. Even in that case, it's like you can still have fun. Now more onto the personal aspect of things. I don't know what I was expecting moving here. The rough times were really when I was struggling to motivate myself, especially during period 2, where I was just like, I don't want to study for this, and I don't know, I just felt so mentally, I wouldn't say I was depressed because I still had that will inside of me, but it was definitely rough. And also like here, everyone knows there is no sun. Like this is the brightest it's gonna get this winter. There were just so many dark days when it comes to emotional up and downs, and especially on days where you don't feel like doing anything and you know that you have to study anyway. You need people, and that's what really makes studying enjoyable. It's the social aspect. You have people to count on, and that's what really matters. But like I said, I got used to everything. I got used to self-studying, living independently, and managing my money, and these are all the things that you learn on the way as you go, like during the journey. And so I know that by the second semester I'll still be learning, like, okay, what study method is best for me. Those things always just develop all throughout. One thing that I'm super thankful for is the fact that my family has been able to visit me quite often, actually, and also like when it comes to friends, like it's really nice to have people from back home to also come see you. You're able to show them your city, you're able to show them the life that you built here, and it's usually like a very wholesome moment to show someone you love. Lastly, have I been keeping up with my goals? Not really. The new year has come and I'm really like, I want to keep doing this. You know, I want to film my life. Either it's gonna inspire you or it's just a way for me to kind of track my development. It definitely cannot just be your studies. Like, you have to keep pursuing your dreams. You have to keep pursuing your hobbies. That's my take. Living here has been a very refreshing change. I hope that this helps you if you're thinking about moving to Amsterdam and studying at the University of Amsterdam. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you soon. Bye!